So yesterday, Hunter Biden showed up unannounced at his contempt hearings, and then right as Marjorie Taylor Greene went to speak, he got up and walked out. Now, what's funny about this is when he showed up, this outraged Republicans. They did not want him there. Some of them was even saying that he should be arrested. And then Jared Moskowitz says to him, okay, how many of you would like to hear Hunter speak today? How many of you would like to hear him speak with the American people watching? None of them wanted that. Hunter has said before he would be willing to testify at a public hearing. He will speak at a public hearing with the American people watching. They don't want that. They want that to take place behind closed doors so they can come out and spin the narrative the way they want to the Hunter Biden's laptop crowd. That's what they want. And these are the same people who accuses the left of trying to spin and manipulate the narrative against Donald Trump. This is the same people that says, oh, they won't let Donald Trump say anything. They're trying to silence him. But yet they want to have these hearings behind closed doors, and then they want to come out and report to you what they found. Hunter Biden shows up. They don't want him to talk. And then right as Marjorie Taylor Greene goes to speak, he stands up and walks out. And it was brilliant. Now, she's back there yelling, oh, Hunter, are you afraid of my words? And then she spent the rest of the day calling him a coward and saying, look how afraid he was. He ran from me. Now, I've heard a lot of interesting takes about this one, and I've heard a lot of good takes from people who I really enjoy watching. But there's one thing I've not heard anyone say yet, and that is this. Why would Hunter Biden entertain Marjorie Taylor Greene? Why would he sit there and listen to an insurrectionist? Why would he sit there and listen to a treasonous traitor to this country, someone who showed off his pornographic images to Congress and the whole world saw it? Why would he sit there and be lectured by a woman like that, who's not going to give him the time of day to speak and just going to berate him to his face? Why? Why should anyone ever take a lecture from Marjorie Taylor Greene? Her words have no substance. What Hunter Biden was saying there is, I don't value your opinion at all. And the most brilliant part of this move is when he walks out, as she's ranting and raving, you hear her microphone stop, and now all the cameras are outside, and they're now talking to Hunter Biden's lawyer. But these are the same people who say that, oh, Hunter Biden's this big criminal. Let me point this out. Hunter Biden is a private citizen. Hunter Biden does not hold a public office. He's not running for a public office. Yet this is where they're focusing all their attention. And they're focusing all their attention on him because at the end of the day, that's all they've got. They have been able to sell Hunter Biden to the crowd. They've been able to sell Hunter's laptop to the crowd. They've been able to sell all these ideas, but so far, they've not been able to bring any receipts. And when the opportunity comes to present those receipts to him, they don't show them. They want to keep all the focus and all the attention on him because the front runner of their party is a guy who's been indicted 4 times, has 91 charges, been found liable of sexual abuse, been found guilty of fraud, tried to overthrow an election that he knew he lost, tried to install fake electors, is now saying that he would like to be a dictator for a day, and saying that he would like to be able to unalive his political opponents, arguing that he would have immunity to do something like that. And they're wanting everybody to not pay attention to that. Don't pay attention to the fact that he was on Epstein's list. Don't listen to that. Don't listen to any of that. Let's just focus on this private citizen who, at the end of the day, has no effect on anyone's life whatsoever. If Hunter Biden has done wrong, we on the left say this every day. If Hunter Biden has done wrong, punish him to the full extent of the law, and you won't hear us complain. We don't care. What we do care about is the fact that our democracy is on the line and that we have a group of people who are clearly coming for it, who are trying to take this country and turn it into something that it was never, ever meant to be. Republicans are absolutely, they will never concede an election again. This is going to be their shtick. And they're doing this. The reason they're continuing to say, oh, it was all rigged, it's all fake against us, is because they're trying to demonize democracy enough to where they get people to have no faith in it. If they can get their followers to have no faith in democracy, they can do away with it and tell the people, we're doing this to protect you, and install themselves as dictators. That's what the end game is here, and that's why they're trying to distract everybody with Hunter Biden, and that's why people like me don't give a damn. I don't care about what Hunter Biden did. He's a private citizen. He's the president's son. He's not running for an office. He's not saying he wants to be a dictator on day one. He's not saying that he should be allowed to unalive his political opponents. He's not out there spewing this dangerous rhetoric. What he's doing is he's just playing and schooling and having fun with the Republican Party. And they're just, and one of my favorite takes I saw was from Bo of the Fifth Column. And I have people ask me every day, do you watch Bo of the Fifth Column? Yes, I do. I watch him daily. And he had one of the funniest takes I've heard on this yet. He said they're actually turning Hunter Biden into an anti-establishment folk hero. They're turning a Biden into an anti-establishment folk hero. And they're doing so because he's playing them at every corner. He's playing chess with them, and he's outmaneuvering them at every corner. If he's so guilty and they have all the evidence, we want to see it. We want to hear him talk. We want to hear it. We want to hear it all presented. We all want to see it. We all want to take a look at it. But they don't want you to see it. They want to keep it behind closed doors. Then they want to come out and tell you what it was that they discovered. It's all about control, and it's all about distraction. That's all Hunter Biden is. They realize that people, for whatever reason, loves to talk about him. And I can't figure it out. I really can't figure out why, because when I sit down and try to figure out how I'm going to pay my bills, I never think about Hunter Biden because he has no effect on it. I don't ever think about him when I go to put gas in my car. I don't think about him when I go to the grocery store I never think about Hunter Biden. I never think about him when I need to go to the doctor and have to pay for health care. He never crosses my mind because he has no weighing in on any of that. He's a private citizen. Meanwhile, the guy that they're trying to distract you from is saying that he wants to be dictator on day one, and that matters more to me than a private citizen and what he may or may not have done. And one last thing, once again, they always have to throw the jabs at his drug addiction. Always. When he walked outside, there was people yelling at him, saying, "What kind of crack do you use, Hunter?" That's the kind of people that's on that side of the aisle. That's the kind of people that always wants to find a way to mock and demonize addicts. And as someone who has struggled with it my entire life, that's what I find so offensive. And yeah, Hunter Biden starts turning into a folk hero to me. Because the more they demonize him for those things, the more I can have empathy for that and go, I mean, in any other world, he would be celebrated. I mean, we have things in this part of the world called Celebrate Recovery. In any part of the world, he would be celebrated, he would be patted on the back. But in MAGA's world, he's demonized for that. And he always will be, because he's their distraction from the real danger that we're facing.